What's up, guys? It's 5:50 in the morning, and it's game day. Time to get ahead. All right, what's going on, guys? So it is a little after 5:50, so just before 6 o'clock in the morning. It's Thursday, September 10th. I figured, you know what? I wanted to get back into the vlogging thing, so let's get back into the vlogging thing. Today's workout in the Asylum program. Now, I am on day 11. We started on the 2nd, or maybe the 2nd, I don't know. We started, today's day 11. And it is the first of 3 workouts called Game Day. Now, I may have shown this workout at some point in the past where it's an hour-long workout where every exercise in the workout has some direct correlation to a sports program, okay? So you're doing things that involve, you know, like the 1 mile run, you know, so it's like not 6 or 7 minutes of running, you know, in high knees, you know, whatever, mountain climbers, you know, you're trying to simulate going up a hill, a small hill, then up a big hill, right? And then, you know, sprinting to the finish line. There's exercises that simulate swimming and wrestling and football and baseball and basketball, and, you know, he runs the gamut. Shaun T runs the gamut on all sorts of exercises like that. And it's a brutal workout. Like, if you're not ready for game day, and I've done this one before, if you're not ready for it, you're gonna struggle. Luckily, for some reason, I guess after doing Insanity for 60 days and going right into this program, so far I've been much more equipped and like physically ready to go when it comes to these workouts. Like, I don't feel like they're all kicking my ass like they used to. The last time I did it, I was humbled pretty quickly, you know, because I've been an athlete since I'm 5, you know. I started playing baseball at 5 years old, you know, all the way up to, you know, high school, and then even into my adult life, I've been playing sports. So I kind of felt, man, this kind of sucks. Like, this shouldn't have kicked my ass like it did. But so far, there's only one workout that's been kicking my ass, and that's vertical plyo. A lot of jumping, a lot of plyometric work. So yeah, so we're gonna see how game day works, how game day makes me feel, and whatever, just go from there, right? It's day 11. Now, to remind you, for those who may not have tuned in and watched older videos, the reason I'm doing Asylum right now as an endurance athlete is because after I did my last boxing workout, I had time before my next program, my next endurance training plan started. And I asked my team, I gave them 4 options. I said, hey, here's my options for workouts for the next, you know, 3 or 4 months. You guys pick which ones you want me to do, which challenge you want me to take. And this is the one they chose. They chose the one Insanity, followed by the Asylum, followed by the Asylum version 2. So we are a little bit more than halfway through that challenge. And you know what, like at first it was stupid. It was, you know, kicking my ass, and I hated it. But at this point now, it's like, you know what, I'm enjoying it. I have no real actual goals for this challenge except finish. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not like if I'm not trying to lose a certain number of pounds, I'm not trying to lose a certain number of inches, I'm not trying to have a certain number of this or that. I'm literally just trying to say, I'm gonna do it. I haven't done all 3 programs back to back before. There's one, the Asylum 2, I haven't even done at all yet. So this is just me having fun before I get into my next really big training series, season, if you will. So my team, the ones that are doing it with me, we're more than halfway. We're almost a third of the way. We're actually a third of the way through this program, and you know, we're loving it. We're enjoying it. It's tough, but that's what workouts are supposed to be. The work is supposed to be tougher than the actual event. That in which case you're showing off all the work you've done. That's what sports is. You practice and practice and practice and practice and practice, and you put in the work, you put in the work, and then come game day, you show everybody what the result of all the work you've done is. That's sports. Sometimes you need a team, sometimes you do it individually. Anyway, I gotta go. What's going on, guys? All right, so right now it is 12:56 on Friday, September 11th, okay? And, you know, we've been doing a lot of reflecting on September 11th today, at least a little bit, I have. But as I was walking around making my lunch, you know, I was thinking to myself, I'm the only one home right now, so I was thinking to myself about my weight loss progression, right? And how I'm kind of getting frustrated. I think I hit a plateau, but then I had to pause, right? We see, if you've watched a Beachbody infomercial or seen somebody talk about Beachbody, you see these awesome transformations over like 90, 60, 120 days, whatever, and you're like, wow, that's awesome. How do they do that? Most of those transformations, I'm not gonna say any of them are not legit, but you gotta read the fine print on them. Some of those transformations, those infomercials, especially like the P90X ones, were over multiple rounds, okay? But we see those those infomercials, we see the results, and sometimes you see them on Facebook where it's like, oh, this person transformed from this to that. There was a long time between all of that happening, right? Okay? But we're in a situation now, we're in a society where we want everything now. We want it now, we want it fast, we want it yesterday, we want it great, okay? And the reality is we're just not, it doesn't work that way, especially in fitness and weight loss. Okay? So you can get fast weight loss. The problem with fast weight loss is it's going to hurt you more than it helps you in the long run. Now this might not be something most people think about, okay? Case in point, if you lose 20 pounds in a month, 5 pounds a week, right? Because it's probably because you're crashing, you're doing some really, really low calorie, real strict dieting, and you're taking things away from you. You're really restricting yourself from nutrients and macronutrients and vitamins and whatever, but you're getting the result you want. You're losing weight. It doesn't mean you're losing healthy weight, just you're losing weight. Well, what happens when you restrict yourself of something for so long and then you start giving it back? Because most people, what happens is they hit that goal and they say, oh, I can have pizza again, and they start eating pizza. Well, that one slice of pizza turns into like 4 slices of pizza, and then breadsticks, and then the butter sauce, and then the dessert afterwards, right? And before you know it, within a couple weeks, months, or whatever, you've doubled the amount of weight you lost, but in the negative way, right? So you like, let's say you lost 20 pounds, well now you've gained 40. Or maybe more than, just more than 20. And it happens so gradually, but so fast at the same time, that you don't even see it coming. You're just like, oh, I'm binging because my body's been starving for these nutrients, and I'm not even giving nutrients, I just want food, right? So I started thinking about my own journey, right? Now, I started Insanity back, I don't remember, July-ish, the end of July. I was 232 when I started, or 232.6 when I started Insanity. Now, I ended Insanity at 225.8, so about 7 pounds of weight loss. 7 pounds in 9 weeks. I'm not even mad at that. Like, when you sit back and think about it, you can't be mad. That's almost a pound per week, and it was all cardio. And yeah, there were days I wasn't good on my diet. There were days I wasn't strict. There were days we had Chinese food, Chinese buffets, and we did all sorts of, I went to Disney for a week, you know, for 5 days, and we had shit food. I did not eat healthily in Disney. We had ice cream, and we had brownies, and we had, you know, I had Starbucks, and we had fast food on the way down because it was on the way down. I think we had Firehouse, not fast food. But you look back at the grand scheme of things, you're like, all right, well, almost 7 pounds or so in 9 weeks is not bad. Okay? I'm in Asylum now, and I'm 2 weeks into Asylum. I started Asylum at 227.3, and this morning I was 225.3. That's 2 pounds in less than 2 weeks. And in most people, they'd be like, oh man, I've only lost 2 pounds in 2 weeks. But I'm at the point where I've been exercising for so long that 1 pound per week is really, really good for me. I'm happy losing 1 pound per week if I'm losing weight at all. Okay, so like today I was, the reason I thought of this is because I was in the kitchen. I'm like, man, my body is just, I'm so hungry. And it's, trust me, it's not that I'm not eating food. My workouts are so intense that my metabolism is spiking and my body wants me to feed it, and I'm in a deficit, a calorie deficit. I'm trying to stay in a calorie deficit, but I'm not going too drastic of a deficit. I think I'm eating between 2,000 and 2,300 calories like on average per day, and like 24 or 26 or somewhere in that range is like my maintenance. So I'm not eating so far below my maintenance where like my body's dying of nutrient or lack of nutrients. It's just I just can't find enough food to keep me full throughout the day when I'm here at work. And yeah, right now I'm in my house, I'm here at work. Pumpkin spice, limited edition. Gotta love it. Anyway, but I just wanted to come and talk about that. You know, a lot of people get so frustrated with weight loss because it doesn't happen quick. They're not losing the 6 pounds a week like the Biggest Loser shows. You know, look, you can lose, you know, a good amount of weight, but you have to be in a position where you are way overweight to wear 6 pounds. Most of that, if you watch Biggest Loser, most of that shit's water weight anyway. Right, they start like towards like weeks 5 through 6 through like 11 or whatever. That's where like a lot of their weight actually gets lost. But those guys are, if you watch the show and read up on the show, they're working out 8 hours a day. They're doing way more work than most people are willing to do. They're doing weights, they're doing cardio. Again, 8 hours a day. You only see their like 2-hour workouts with the trainers per week. They gotta do 8 hours a day on their own. Okay, on the ellipticals, in the weight room, on the treadmills, in the pool, whatever the hell they're doing. And they were on a super restrictive calorie diet, which means like they were eating 1,200 calories max. Like that was their diet. Maybe you can, if you're a dude, you can get up to 1,500, but that's where their threshold was. They weren't allowed to eat more than that. So you figure if you're 350 pounds, your maintenance calories are going to be crazy. Okay, let me do the math real quick, right? 350 times, let's say 12, because that's about maintenance. Your maintenance calories to maintain 350 is 4,200 calories a day. Now you're taking 3,000 calories a day away from that person and making them work out for 8 hours a day, probably burning anywhere from 2,000 calories a day, maybe more. That's a rough estimate. So you figure you got like a 6,000 calorie a day deficit. Yeah, if you're not losing weight on it, so you don't deserve to be there at all, man. Like it's because you're strict. You're not following their diet. You're not eating right. You're not doing what they're supposed to do. But those guys, if you also watch The Biggest Loser, most of those contestants, when they get off the show, they don't maintain that weight because it's an unrealistic nutrition routine. It's an unrealistic workout routine. You are not going to find anybody, unless you are a personal trainer or you own your own gym and that's all you focus on, where you are in the gym working out. You're not even going to find a personal trainer that works out for 8 hours a day. Your body has to recover. Your muscles have to recover. You can only do so much work. So in the end, 1 to 2 pounds a week is healthy weight loss. If you want to be able to maintain what your nutrition habits as they are, 1 to 2 pounds, when you start to hit that plateau where you're not losing anything, look at your calories, take a couple off, a couple hundred off, and then you should start seeing that gradually go down again, okay? But yeah, this whole 9-minute rant was about me getting frustrated, you know, initially because I'd only lost 2 pounds in 2 weeks. Yeah, so. All right, I'm gonna go now. Morning, guys. What is going on? It is Saturday morning, about 7:35. And you're probably thinking to yourself, why the f am I up this early on a Saturday? Well, one of the guys from church, played ball with him a couple years ago. I didn't realize it until like last weekend that was the same dude. Anyway, he's been asking me at church for a few weeks now to work out with me. Yo, we gotta work out together. Gotta work out with you. All right. So I finally said, you know what? To Saturday, I told him last week. I said, yeah, Saturday is a good day for me because we could do like a weight workout that'll still kick your butt a little bit. So he's been hyped. Well, I've been hyped because, you know, this dude, good dude. Like I'm not talking anything bad about him. You know, he's 20 years old, just turned 20 years old, so I'm twice his age, and I'm about to put him through today's workout, which is Asylum Strength. Now, I've done this workout twice already in the last couple weeks. It's not to be taken lightly, but we're gonna see what little dude can handle. You know, I put him shit. You know, so. You know, we're gonna see what little dude can handle. We're gonna put him through the ringer. We're gonna test him. I mean, I'm pushing him just like it's just a normal workout for me. But I guarantee this dude's gonna try to show off a little bit because I would. If he's like me at all, he's gonna try to show off a little bit in front of somebody. But that's good for me because there's certain parts of this workout that I just don't like doing that I'm gonna have to force myself to do just because somebody else is there now. That extra accountability. So we'll see. He should be here in about 15-20 minutes or so. And we'll go ahead and get started. So I'm going to put the battery on the charger real quick, get some last minute juice up in her. And then when he gets here, I'll record. I'll record most of the workout because my daughter and her boyfriend wants to see this because, you know, again, he's the youth pastor at our church. So they want to be like, oh man, I want to see Michael get his butt whooped, right? Again, you know, I haven't really been talking about it, and he's the one that's been asking for it. So if you're going to ask for it, I'm gonna deliver, folks. So here we go. I'll pick this up in the gym in a little bit.
Oh my God.
This is something a lot of people out there that will help you get it. My name is Sean C. Peace to the whole you.
Hi. So what'd you think?
That's hard. I'm more sweaty now than I think I've been ever. The only other thing I do this much is basketball, but no, it worked out. Alright.
You did good.
Finished.
Surprised you kept up. Mr. I'm the ball player. And that's it.